Okay, so let's jump right in. The core question for today, the one we're really going to pick apart, it's a genuine IELTS Section 3 question. Do you think technology will reduce the need for human workers in the future? Why or why not?
Yes, definitely I think so, because already our human jobs is changed to AI-related jobs. For example, I went to council and previously human staff helped us related our requested services. However, nowadays, when we visit there, firstly, we have to sit in front of computers. Then we have to type in our request or questions on the computer. Then online services automatically respond to our request or question and provide their answer or feedbacks. This means human jobs already reduced because of EA or online services or technologies. So definitely in future, human jobs decline more and more because of AI-related technologies.
Okay, listening to that, you definitely get the main opinion right. The candidate clearly thinks tech will reduce human jobs. And I do like that they gave that personal example, the council office thing. It makes it concrete, something you can picture. That's always a plus, those personal touches.
Exactly. A good starting point.
But, as you hinted, to really hit those higher bands, well, we need to look at smoothing out the grammar, maybe broadening the vocabulary a bit, just making it sound more, natural and fluent, almost effortless. And this is where it gets really interesting, I think, because sometimes quite small changes can make a massive difference.
They absolutely can, yeah. When we break down that answer, a few key things jump out straight away, and these are really crucial if you're looking to improve. First, grammar. There's some pretty clear issues. Subject-verb agreement, for instance. You heard jobs is changed. That's a classic flag. We also spotted some, article mistakes, and a bit of unnecessary repetition creeping in. Second, the vocabulary is quite limited, honestly, and repetitive. Phrases like human jobs or AI-related jobs just keep coming back without much variation. No synonyms, no more precise words. Then sentence structure. You get these kind of run-on sentences sometimes, which makes the transitions feel a bit clunky. And again, it leads to repeating ideas. The core logic is there, it makes sense, but the coherence, the flow, it needs smoother linking between the ideas. And finally, just fluency and development. There's a bit of hesitation, some word repetition. It suggests the answer could be more varied in expression and perhaps developed a bit further. So connecting it to the bigger picture. Look, the foundation's not bad, but fixing these areas, grammar, vocab, structure, flow, that's absolutely key for moving up the bands and showing, a more sophisticated command of English.
That makes total sense. It's like having a good idea for a building, but you need to sort out the blueprints and use the right materials to make it really solid and impressive. And that's exactly what we're doing now. Let's go through it, maybe bit by bit, tackling those problems you mentioned and giving you some really practical fixes. Think of this as your, personalized upgrade guide.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning. The candidate said, yes, I think. Yes, definitely I think so. The issue, it's just repetitive and sounds a little unnatural, almost like they're stalling for time. A much better, cleaner fix would be something like, yes, definitely. I believe technology will reduce the need for human workers. Straightforward, confident, fluent right from the start.
Yeah, I can hear that. It sounds much more decisive. Sets a better tone immediately. Okay, then we had our human jobs is changed. I know this is common, but just remind us why is change wrong there?
Sure, jobs. That's plural, right? So the verb needs to match. Plural subject, plural verb. It's that basic subject-verb agreement. The correct way, and also using a tense that shows it's an ongoing process, would be human jobs are already being replaced by AI. See, are, not is. And using that present continuous passive really captures the meaning well here.
Gotcha. Makes a big difference. Okay, what about related our requested services? That felt a bit awkward.
It does sound a bit off, yeah. It's just not how we phrase it naturally in English. It's missing a little word or preposition. A much clearer, more natural way has helped us with our service requests. Just adding with makes it flow properly. Small word, big impact. All right, next one we heard was, then we have to type in our request or questions.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Requests singular, questions plural. It kind of clashes, so just make them both plural for consistency, like type in our requests or questions.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Keeps it consistent, simple fix. Then following that, we had online services automatically responds.
Okay, same issue again. Services is plural.
Precisely. So the verb shouldn't have the S. It needs to be respond. So the fix is online services automatically respond. Good catch. Getting towards the end now, the candidate said, human jobs already reduced. This one needs a tweak in the tense and maybe an article. Better way to put it, showing that this has happened and the effect continues, is human jobs have already been reduced. Using that present perfect passive sounds much more, well, accurate and a bit more academic too.
Wow, it really is striking how much those little grammar shifts change the feel. Okay, and the last bit. Human jobs decline more and more.
Yeah, that phrasing just a little clunky, isn't it? And more is a bit repetitive. A smoother, more natural way to talk about that future trend is human jobs will continue to decline. It just flows better, sounds clearer, and accurately reflects that prediction. And what's really fascinating here, I think, is how these seemingly tiny adjustments, a verb ending here, a preposition there, they dramatically boost clarity. They make it sound much more natural to a native speaker's ear. And ultimately, that's what helps lift your score.
It really is remarkable. You can almost feel the answer getting stronger, more fluent with each tweak. Okay, so we've broken down the problems and the fixes. Now let's hear what that Band 7 Plus response actually sounds like. This demonstrates how applying those corrections and developing the ideas really works. This is the target, everyone. Listen closely. Here it is. Yes, I definitely think technology will reduce the need for human workers in the future. In fact, it's already happening. Many services that used to be done by people like customer service or basic administrative tasks are now handled by AI or automated systems. For instance, I recently visited my local council office, and instead of speaking with a staff member, I had to use a touchscreen system to submit my request. While this can be efficient, it also shows how technology is replacing human interaction. As AI continues to develop, I believe more jobs will be automated, especially repetitive or routine ones, which could significantly reduce the demand for human workers.
You can hear the difference straight away, can't you, this one? It's got well-developed ideas, it flows really well, that's coherence, the vocabulary is much broader and more precise, and the grammar. It's accurate all the way through, it's concise, but it covers the points properly. And it even brings in a bit of nuance, mentioning efficiency alongside the replacement aspect. That's exactly the kind of quality that gets a higher band score.
Absolutely. Night and day, really. And a huge part of getting that fluency and precision is just having the right words ready to go, isn't it? So let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk vocabulary. What are some key words and phrases related to tech and work that can really help you level up your answers on this kind of topic, being accurate and expressive?
Definitely. Building that lexical resource, your range of vocabulary, it's vital. Let's run through a few really useful terms. First up, automation. Simple definition. Using machines or tech to do tasks instead of people. Good way to remember. Think about those self-checkout machines in supermarkets replacing cashiers. That's automation right there. Easy visual. Okay, next. AI. Stands for artificial intelligence, of course. Basically, tech that mimics human thinking or decision-making. You can use it easily in phrases like AI is transforming the workforce or AI-powered tools. Sounds good. Very relevant. Then we have repetitive tasks. Pretty self-explanatory. Jobs involving doing the same thing over and over. These are often the first targets for automation. A really good phrase, a collocation, to remember is automate repetitive tasks. Very useful. Number 4, efficient. Means doing something quickly and effectively without waste. Thinking about synonyms like productive or opposites like wasteful can help lock it in. You could say automation often makes processes more efficient. Fifth word, decline. Can be a noun or a verb, means a gradual decrease or reduction.
A super common and useful IELTS phrase is a decline in jobs. Or you could use a related term like job displacement. Good alternative. Then there's replace. Simple one. To take the place of someone or something else. An easy example sentence. AI may eventually replace some traditional jobs. Another good synonym is supersede. And finally, customer service. The support given to customers before, during, after buying something. Think about online chatbots or help desks you use. That's often automated customer service. A perfect real-world example you can drop into your answers. Now, the important question this raises is, how do you actually start using these terms naturally in your own speaking, not just knowing what they mean?
That's the key, isn't it? Knowing is one thing, using them confidently under pressure is another. Okay, let's tie it all together now. Let's do a direct comparison. What are the really stark differences between that first answer we heard, the beginner one, and the Band 7 Plus sample? What can you, listening at home, really take away from seeing them side by side?
Okay, let's look at it through the lens of the IELTS criteria. Comparing them directly is really revealing. First, lexical resource vocabulary. Beginner answer. Pretty basic, very repetitive. Kept saying human jobs. The advanced answer. Much wider range. Use terms like repetitive tasks, automated systems, human interaction. It shows depth, precision, avoid sounding redundant. Then grammatical accuracy. The beginner had quite a few errors, especially with verb forms, jobs, is, and articles. The advanced answer showed strong control. Accurate sentence structures, correct tenses, subject-verb agreement was spot on. Used complex sentences effectively too. What about coherence and cohesion, the flow? The beginner response felt a bit jumpy. Lots of yes using so without much variation. The advanced answer flowed really smoothly, logically. Used linking phrases like in fact, for instance, building a clear argument step by step. And lastly, development. The beginner's answer gave an example but didn't really develop much or link it strongly to the main point. The advanced answer, fully developed. Clear explanations, reasoning, and the example felt properly integrated, supporting the claims about automation and efficiency. It just shows how much difference focusing on all these areas makes. It's not just one thing, it's the whole package.
Wow, yeah. Seeing it laid out like that really highlights the difference. It's not just what you say, but so much about how you say it, how you structure it, how well you develop the idea. So, the big question then, what does this all mean for your IELTS prep? What are the practical, actionable things you can start doing like right now?
Okay, absolutely. For beginners, here are a few concrete tips, building directly on what we've discussed. Number one, use strong openers. Ditch the repetitive yes, I think. Start confidently with phrases like yes, I believe, or in my opinion, or even, well, from my perspective. It just sets a much better, more articulate tone right away. Second, actively fight repetition. This is huge. Catch yourself using the same word over and over. Pause. Think. Is there another way to say it? For job, try occupation, role, position, employment. Little changes like this massively boost your vocabulary score. Third, practice linking your ideas clearly. Get comfortable using a range of connectors, not just and or so. Think. For example, as a result, this means that consequently, furthermore, on the other hand, these words guide the listener through your thinking. Makes a logical easy to follow. Fourth, target your grammar practice. Focus on those common errors. Subject-verb agreement is a big one. Remember, jobs are, technology is, and articles, and working specifically on your weak spots here gives you a big return on investment. Boosts clarity massively. And finally, probably the most powerful tip, record yourself and listen back. Seriously, be your own examiner. Listen for hesitations, repeated words, grammar mistakes. Note them down. Then, next time you practice, focus on fixing just one or two of those specific things. These aren't just quick tips, they're habits. Build these habits and you'll see consistent improvement.